Hey everybody, it's Chris over Dixieland Farm, and I'm sneaking into Memphis Vinyl Jim and the Missus.
Hey y'all.
7:35 subscriber contest, and so the deadline is today, now. Like, you know, I'm not usually a guy who does his homework before it's due, you know, like the last minute, but today I am. I've been busy. What do you want? But I do love April and Jim. I think I'm seeing them soon. They'll be visiting into the area, and we're going to hopefully meet up. However, going to answer his 735 contest. He's been in the VC and out of the VC. A lot of stuff has happened in his life, and I'm still glad that he's around. So the first question was, favorite song that you can listen to over and over and over again. So I could cheat and go Close to the Edge by Yes, because it's a 20-minute song. That's cheating. Thick as a Brick is really not one song. But really, this isn't either. It's actually a bunch of little songs taped together. Now, so I was thinking, there's got to be a Kinks, since the Kinks are my favorite band. I would say it's the song Strangers. It's the second song off of the Lola album, written by Dave Davies. Dave Davies' songs are almost always the best songs on the album. And Strangers is just this heart-wrenching love letter song that Dave, I believe, wrote to his first love, who... all right, so the story, which is told in Schoolboys in Disgrace, that album a little bit, true story with Dave Davies. So he became active at a very young age, and I think at either 14 or 15, he had a child out of wedlock with a girl. Both parents conspired, broke up the couple in real life, and the girl had a baby. So Dave had a child, had no idea about it, because the parents came in and intervened, because they were just way too young to have kids and be in love and all that kind of stuff. And Strangers is kind of this song, a heart-wrenching song to her, and it's a beautiful song. It's used in a Wes Anderson movie. Album that I can listen to over and over and over again, and I have listened to this album over and over and over again. I've listened to this album several hundred times, and it's a hipster choice. Listen, I can't take responsibility that hipsters have included into this album. You know, it's summer out and I'm wearing a wool cap kind of crowd, but it's Neutral Milk's In the Airplane Over the Sea. This album is so scary that the guy who wrote it stopped making music. He was so scared of what was on this album. And what's on this album? It's an amalgam of everything that was playing around in the author's head, Jeff Mangum, right? Yeah. And the lyrics are just all together. It's sort of a love letter to Anne Frank. It touches into the horribleness of man and the atrocities that happened, obviously, during World War II and the concentration camps, but it also then ties into spirituality, Jesus. It gets all muddled in together with domestic abuse and just the fragility of life, and a lot of rebirth is on this album. It is a stunner, and I still discover new things on this album. But what does it sound like? It sounds like a Salvation Army band, detuned, singing saws, banjos. You know, it's definitely your patchouli crowd instrumentation, but don't get... They were the first ones to do it, so don't give them a knock for that. It really is a stunning album, and my favorite, yeah, I would say one of my favorite albums of all time. Number one, number two, it's up there. Yeah, up there. It's in my top 5. How about that? Great. So, the book I do not have. My favorite book is probably American Psycho, and that explains a lot, you're probably saying. It's just an incredible piece of fiction. Favorite concert. Marissa went to this concert. I am lucky to have a vinyl copy of... We saw the concert, and then they pressed this. It's not of the same exact date, but it was the Polyphonic Spree. This is live in New York City, but we saw them during the You and Me concert, and you can actually get a DVD of the concert. This all came together. What an amazing experience, and you know, it sounds cliche to say it was religious, but I think it kind of was. So it just if you don't know, the Polyphonic Spree is a band that has at least 15 members usually in it at any given moment. So there are, strings, and there's 2 drummers, and electric guitar, bass, choir. They all wear robes because they don't want to be distracted by what they're wearing. So it takes on religious connotations that way. A lot of the songs, the critics usually say the problem with Polyphonic Spree is every song is just a chorus. That is true, but the choruses are amazing, and those people are not making any money being in that band, so they're doing it for the love of what they're doing, and you can certainly feel that. And we were first row, right there, and next to a cannon that shot off things, and just feeling that energy of all of that right there was a tremendous experience. That was my favorite concert of all time. And favorite TV show, there are a lot of TV shows that I love. We are in the second or third golden age of television. There are so many things to choose from. What I'm going to choose is a show that I still need to get on properly on DVD. I had gotten a bootleg VHS version of it a long time ago, and it is finally out. You can get the entire series, and that would be Get a Life with Chris Elliott. That show, he dies like 1 out of 3 episodes, and it's just insane non sequiturs. Like for example, one of the episodes, they get an alien, and he dies, so they decide to cook and eat him. Why? There's no explanation. He's a paper boy. He's in his 30s or 40s, lives at home. The show is just nuts. And if you liked early David Letterman, obviously Chris Elliott was a writer for the early David Letterman shows, and so it's got that just weird kind of humor. Love it. I still need to get that DVD set. So, 7 minutes. That's it. Jim and April, congratulations on your 735 subs. I've answered all 5 questions because I want to increase my chances. I don't know. You don't even have to put me in if you don't want to. The other people, I've won enough stuff. You want to put me in? Listen, I don't care. Take care, everybody.